From fences to sad trombones, the 2027 World Expo goes to Belgrade, Serbia. This morning, representatives from all over the world voted to bring the event, also known as the World's Fair, to the Balkans. And that was a big bummer for Bloomington. We told you last night the city spent more than 4 years making a bid to bring the event back to these United States, into our backyard. A lot of money, time, and heart were put into this thing. Going into the vote, the Minnesota delegation was feeling pretty good about their chances. So it left us wondering what happened and what happens now after they didn't get it. Kent, what do you know tonight?
Well, Jana, Bloomington, we know, ended up coming in third, actually, in the voting. And that was a big surprise for both local leaders and the U.S. State Department after spending months courting and counting potential votes. In fact, I'm told they obtained many written assurances, or so they thought, from countries. And based on that, they thought they would at least be in the top two. But the vote this morning was anonymous, and something clearly changed.
The city of Bloomington is certainly no stranger to taking big swings when it comes to development.
This was a cornfield at one time, and they built a stadium out here to try and attract baseball.
But decades after Met Stadium gave way to the Mall of America, an effort to attract development of this former cornfield turned parking lot with an ambitious bid for the World's Fair has ended like Charlie Brown trying to kick a football.
We were optimistic going into it, but it's a secret ballot. And no matter what folks tell you, you can't be sure one way or another how they're going to vote.
Bloomington Mayor Tim Busse says that disappointment doesn't just stem from the fact that these plans will never materialize or bring in the millions of visitors and billions in statewide economic activity they'd planned for. It's also that as the city spent 4 years waiting for a vote, the Metro Transit Bus Rodeo was some of the only activity that took place out here.
So where does that leave us? Where does that leave this?
The best part about what we did with the expo was we exposed Bloomington, Minnesota to an international development community. And all of this is basically a blank canvas for us. This is very developable, very available. There are folks who have come forward, and we were holding off because of the expo, and those conversations have already started.
One of those conversations revolves around a massive $250 million indoor water park proposed by the owners of the Mall of America. The Bloomington City Council committed $7.5 million to help move it forward before the expo bid came into play.
They're still looking at that possibility to develop it in that way. We've heard from many other folks with different ideas, a variety of different things in the hospitality industry and beyond that are all possibilities here in the South Loop.
Any chance the city's going to redouble its efforts and put another bid forward for down the line?
I don't know that we would want to wait another 4 or 5 or 10 years trying to get another expo, trying to figure out the next steps there.
Time to break some ground.
We're past time to break ground. It's a great spot. The overflow parking, the bus rodeos, the snowplow rodeos and training that go on here, it's great. But this is a surface parking lot literally across the street from the Mall of America with light rail connection next to the airport. There's got to be a better and higher use than a surface parking lot here.
Now, chances are you're wondering what this failed bid cost. I'm told it amounted to about $2.5 million, but the majority of that was paid for with private donations and fundraising, so taxpayers aren't exactly on the hook here. Jana.
Kent, you were very conversational in that interview about a bus rodeo. And what's a bus rodeo?
That's essentially where they have drivers test their skills. It was also a way for Metro Transit to kind of promote bus driving. We did a story on it here on Breaking the News. You can find that on KARE11.com, Jana.
Oh, look at you, just yelling right back, clapping right back at the bus.
You don't remember the bus rodeo story? Look it up.
It's just the rodeo part really threw me, but I appreciate you reminding me. I'm old. Leave me alone. Thanks so much, Kent. Appreciate it.